John Hagee and Matthew Hagee took to their fundamentalist TV show and spoke about a two-state solution in Israel, and it turns out God would punish us if we did that.
The prophet Joel says in the 3rd chapter, I, God, will bring all nations, and hear that phrase, all nations includes America, into judgment. For they have divided up my land, the land of Israel. God says when any nation divides up the land of Israel, they are subject to judgment. And dividing Jerusalem is dividing the land. Our president is dead set on dividing Jerusalem. God is watching, and he will bring America into judgment. There are grounds to say judgment has already begun because he, the president, has been fighting to divide Jerusalem for years now. We are now experiencing the crisis of Ebola. We have a crisis in our economy.
Economic problems and Ebola happened because we divided up Israel. There's so much wrong with that, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, we didn't. Okay, that hasn't happened. There is no, at least according to the UN, with the official UN statehood status, there is no official state of Palestine. Okay, so it's just not true. They haven't done it. I wish they would do it, but they haven't done it. So if I'm using your logic, dipshit, what I would say is, well, see, God is mad that we haven't done a 50-50 two-state solution with Israel-Palestine. Because we haven't done it, God decided to give people Ebola, and God decided to give us economic woes. And also, what do you mean? You're talking about economic problems. No, the economic problems were worse under the guy that you loved, George W. Bush. Left us with about 10% unemployment. Right now, it's 5.9% unemployment. Now, of course, it's not perfect. There are many problems with the economy today. There's still a war on the middle class. The poor are still struggling. A lot of higher-paying jobs were replaced with lower-paying jobs post the recession, or post the crash, I should say. So there are problems with it, but nobody could argue, hey, it's worse now than it was under Bush, so that point doesn't even make sense. Well, the economy is doing the worst because of the situation with God and Israel. But it's not really doing worse, and again, we didn't do anything yet with Israel-Palestine. It's amazing to me how they have totally let go of logic. Everything I hear John Hagee or Matthew Hagee talk about, it's not even just surface-level stupid. It's the inception of stupid, where it's a stupid point within a stupid point within a stupid point, where it's multiple layers deep of like, well, that doesn't make any sense in this way, that way, that way, that way, that way. I mean, it's stunning. And look, when people try to say like, those Muslims, you know how they are, the fundamentalists, all they want is right to return. They want the entire region to be called Palestine and no more Israel. They want to wipe Israel off the map. Well, that's funny because you act like the religious extremism is one-sided when here you have Christian fundamentalists, and by the way, Jewish fundamentalists would agree, where they would say, wipe Palestine off the map, no more Palestinian territories, take over Gaza, take over the West Bank completely, get rid of them because God says the entire land needs to be Israel. No peace, we do not want peace in the Middle East.